Yo, I don't know if I'm gonna post this. This is more like a video for myself, but I was just having a thought right now. We're again going back to the drive talks. It's after work, after the 9 to 5, whatever. On the way home, now working on the real stuff, working on what really matters is yourself, right? Everybody has to work on themselves. After the work has been put in on your 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do for a living. Even if you like what you do, you still have to be working on yourself. So, this video, I'm gonna title it, What to Do When You Don't Feel Like... No, that's not gonna be the title. It's gonna be, watch this when you don't feel like it. It's just that simple. Watch this when you don't feel like it. Because some people don't feel like going to the gym. Some people don't feel like going to work. Yesterday, I failed. I called in sick at work when I was not sick. I got the day off. And yesterday was Memorial Day. If I would have gone to work, my check could have been like an extra $200. And I totally forgot that. I did stay at home. I worked out. Actually, I did work out, but I didn't go to the boxing gym. And the miss of going to work, feeling lazy, made me not want to go to the gym. Obviously, my shoulder hurts a little bit. I'm a little bit tired from sparring on Friday, but I could have still gone. I could have still performed. I could have practiced southpaw instead of my normal orthodox position, right? So yesterday was a failure. Well, you know what? It was a failure because you were supposed to go to the gym and you didn't go to the gym. And I didn't feel like going to the gym. I still did 100 push-ups, right? I cannot take a day off. So I didn't go to the boxing gym, but I still did 100 push-ups. I did 2 sets of 50. And I would have done 3 sets, but this week I'm coming out late out of work, so I'm doing 2 sets of my entire workout. Today I'm already on the way home, but I will do 2 sets of leg day. And I will post it after this video. So today I'm posting 2 videos. This one, I don't know if I'm posting this one. Well, actually, you know what? I am posting it. I'm posting this one, and then I'm posting the leg day workout. Which I don't want to mix the videos together because I want this video to be by itself, right? So I'm gonna quote this video. Watch this when you don't feel like it. And I'm going to come back to it. And anybody can come back to it whenever they don't feel like doing whatever they need to do. Whatever the fuck they know in their mind that they need to do. Right? I knew that I needed to go to a boxing gym yesterday. I don't care that my shoulder hurt. It still hurts right now. My cheekbone hurts a little bit from getting caught with a straight right hand. For not bringing my hand up or not ducking under it. Shout out to the homie I was sparring with on Friday, by the way. I sparred with him 2 rounds and I sparred another 2 rounds with the coach. Shout out my coach, by the way, teaching me all the knowledge. All of the boxing knowledge. I literally fell in love with boxing. And I get to do it. There's people out there, like, for example, who wish that they had a punching bag to hit. Who wish they had gloves. Who wish they had a coach. And I get to have it. I get to experience it, right? So I'm going to do it to my absolute best that I could do it, to absolute perfection, and I'm going to have gratitude every single time that I do it. And you could apply that to anything. It is not just boxing. It's life in general. You have to do everything that you do to absolute perfection and with gratitude. What car is that? That's a nice car. Convertible. I will have my sick cars eventually later on. I just have not earned them yet. It's that simple. I'm on my way to get there. I'm not losing like how it was in the beginning, right? But I'm also not making the money that I will be making later on. The thing is, I cannot quit. I cannot stop. Even when you don't feel like doing it, right? Because again, back to the title of the video, watch this when you don't feel like doing it, right? So you got to remember, this is again for me. If it suits you, great, right? But these videos that I'm posting, they're not for me to become famous. They're not for me to. Obviously, it can help out. If it could help out one other person out there, great. Because I know there's other people in my situation the same way that I am in this situation, right? They're trading. They're looking to get out of their situation. They're looking to get a better life for themselves. They're looking to achieve freedom, because it's not just about money. Obviously, yes, you need the money to achieve the freedom, right? But there's people out there making $500,000 and they're free with their time, and then there's other people that are hundreds and hundreds of $1 million in their net worth, but they still have to go and clock in and, you know, come in and show up for their business. So I would rather have less money and more time for myself than more money. But obviously you could also make more money and then save, and then work for a couple years, and then save that, and then you're back to your freedom route. Whatever takes you to your freedom route, that's what matters, right? Again, when you don't feel like doing something, you gotta remember that that you get to do it, and two, that you're grateful to do it. You should be grateful to do anything, right? Today, that breath that I just took, I'm grateful for it, because there's people that didn't wake up today. There's people that are not gonna make it home to their families today. There's people who the police are gonna show up to their homes today and knock on people's homes and tell them that their loved one passed away on the road, to go to the local hospital or whatever, and go see go get their remains, and go say their final goodbye or whatever, right? Eventually everybody's gonna go through that. So you have to stay ready. And how do you stay ready? Obviously, you every day. First of all, you work out every single day. You do the stuff that you know you're supposed to be doing. I get to do it. I am grateful that I get to do it. And there's people, and obviously, when you just put that and think about also this, there's people in the other side of the world. First of all, let me finish this. There's people on the other side of the world having it 10 times worse than you have it right now, than I have it right now. First of all, I live in the United States of America. I have Mexican parents of Mexican descent that decided that we needed a better life, and that I'm grateful that we're here because of them. My entire family, my grandparents, my parents, they brought us into this country for us to have this better life. And it's like spitting on their face by us wasting time, us doing foolish things, us fucking doing nonsense partying and all of this stupid stuff that doesn't matter. That's not gonna matter in 5 years. But what is gonna matter in 5 years? All of the investments that we make, all of the knowledge that we learn. Look at those. I don't know if you can see that, but those are 2 crosses right there on the side of the road. What I was just talking about earlier. I command good energy for those souls wherever they're resting. I command good energy for those souls wherever they're resting. I command good energy for those souls wherever they're resting. They're probably reincarnated already, or who knows, right? We have no idea. I do believe, though, that energy cannot. I mean, obviously, I don't believe that. That's a quote from, I believe, Einstein. But I do believe in it. I do believe that we have a soul, and our meat sack, this meat suit right here, we have a soul inside it, and that lives on forever. And I do believe that if you learn your lesson in this lifetime, you get to grow, you get to evolve. And also, I do believe that you get to keep your memories. And if you were bad, if you didn't learn your lesson, you're gonna reincarnate. They're gonna erase your memory, and you're gonna have to do it over again until you learn your lesson. Who knows? That's just one of my theories, right? But we should be grateful for everything that we do. Me driving on this road right now, I'm grateful for it. I get to do it every day. And I also get to work on the way to get myself out of this freaking matrix, jail, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because I will not do this for the rest of my fucking life. Think about it. There's people who are still working 60, 70, 80 years old. And even though they still get to work, they should be still grateful, right? But we have to view life as kind of like a chessboard. We have to know how to move our pieces. We cannot just be the pawns. We have to be the guy moving the fucking pieces. We have to be Magnus Carlsen. Shout out Magnus, by the way. We cannot be pawns. We cannot be pieces on the board. You have to be the one moving the fucking pieces, right? And obviously that is not to be a bad person, but it's also so that you have power to help and to help other people and actually be a good person, right? It takes money to help other people, right? You cannot help a lot of people if you don't have money, if you cannot help yourself, right? So first you help yourself, then you help others help themselves. and you get to do it along the way. Man, sometimes it's like ideas just come out of thin air. It's weird thoughts how they work, because you're thinking about one thing and then another thing comes at you, and then another thing comes at you, and then another thing comes at you, and then you just have to kind of aikido the thoughts, and you're like, wait, what was this video supposed to be about? It was supposed to be about watch this video when you don't feel like doing it, right? So you gotta remember that you gotta be grateful. You gotta do everything with absolute perfection, even though knowing that nothing ever really human made will ever be truly perfect, right? Only nature can make perfect things. Only the universe can make perfect things. Only God can make perfect things, not us. We're human at the end of the day. Well, sometimes I do feel like a demigod. Sometimes I feel now I'm mortal, but it goes away eventually. Like right now I feel mortal, but when I'm in the fucking zone, when I'm working out, when I'm in that training zone, when you're hitting that bag, sometimes you literally feel like you can go forever. Have you ever gotten a runner's high and you literally feel like you can just go forever? Or sometimes somebody hits you and you don't even feel the pain. When we're at that high vibrational level where no negativity could just come at you. Shout out, if you listen to Wes Watson, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And you almost all the time only get that feeling through either working out, or after reading a good book, or after a boxing gym session, intense boxing gym session, or after doing something that you truly love to do. Sometimes for me it's skating, sometimes for me it's feeding my chickens, obviously training, having that great trade that you caught 100 plus pips, that your analysis was correct, winning a fucking game, forgive me my language, but obviously I don't care. These videos are for myself. Winning a chess game by checkmates, how fucking good does that feel? And then when it's the first game on too, and then the streak continues, the winning streak continues. Winning, it's just winning in general. Shout out Tim Grover. Winning in general just feels fucking amazing. And obviously, for anything, for you, if you want to be successful, you have to win. You have to make winning an addiction, and you got to remember that you get to win, right? Because anybody else could be in your position right now. You holding this device, watching this video right now. There's somebody out there who doesn't have a phone. There's somebody out there who has never. There's literally tribes out there in freaking Cambodia and parts of Africa who have never seen a phone, right? What am I? I was thinking about a tribe. It was a tribe in Africa, but they'll probably come back later to me, right? But those people have not seen a phone. There's people in South America who have never seen a phone, right? There's little tribes in Chile who have never seen a phone. That's in South America. And I'm holding a device right now, recording myself, recording this message, recording this talk, and you're the one watching it. Whether it's me in the future, or whether it's my friends or my family. Shout out to all of you. Everything that we get to do on this earth, we have to do it with absolute gratitude, and we have to thank every single day God for breath, for life. Look at that person right now, just on the side of the road. I don't know if you can see, but I command that person makes it safe to her destination. Fixes her problem and makes it safe to her destination. I command that person fixes her problem and makes it safe to her destination. I command that person fixes her problem and makes it safe to her destination. You see, sometimes you may even get caught off on the road. I remember my previous self, when I was not working out every day, when I was not reading every day, when I was not doing the things I was supposed to be doing every day, when I was not back testing every day. I remember in the beginning of the year, in the beginning when I started trading, I did not like to back test. But it's like a boxer who says, I'm a boxer, but I don't like to spar, or I don't like to hit the gym. You're supposed to do all of those things. If you're a trader, you're supposed to back test. If you're a trader, you're supposed to journal your trades. If you're a trader, you're supposed to stay disciplined and only take 3 trades, minimum 3 losses a trade. You can take more trades, but if you take more than 3 losses a day, you should be out. You should be done trading for the day. And same thing with boxing, right? You have to be sparring. You have to be hitting the bag. You have to be running. You have to be training. You have to be jump roping. These are non-negotiables if you want to be truly successful. And I did not understand it in the beginning of the year, right? But back to the point is, that car that we just saw, when you get caught off on the road, don't freaking condemn them. Don't freaking tell them that, and I got this by Billy Carson, and I got this from Billy Carson, by the way. Don't freaking tell them like, F that guy for cutting me off, or or whatever, right? No. What if, right? You gotta switch your mindset from negative to positive. What if that guy that just cut you off on the road didn't cut you off because he didn't like you? What if he cut you off because he got a call from a loved one or a hospital that the loved one is at the hospital right now in case of an emergency, right? Or if it was a mom who had a call from school that their kid literally just fell in recess and hit their head, and they're taking him to the hospital to the emergency room right now. These are things that you have to shift your mind and slowly turn the gears. And it takes time. It takes time to grow. It's like a bonsai tree. Beauty's gonna come with time. It's gonna come with taking care of the tree. It's gonna come with taking care of the tree. It's gonna come with doing all of its maintenance and watering it and putting it in the sun, putting it in the light, and bringing it back inside and working on it and everything, right? It's the same thing. And we get to do it. I think I'm done. I'm about to get home already. But after this video, I'm actually gonna post this video right away, because no, I'm not gonna edit. This is all gonna be one take. I don't need to edit this video, because why? It's for me and whoever else needs it. I truly believe that if you get recommended this video, it's because God sent it, God or the universe, whatever you believe in, right? If you're an atheist, you're a dumbass. We got a creator. We do have something greater than us created us. It's that simple, right? Whatever you believe in, I got something in my mouth. Whatever you believe in, I like a piece of food or something in my mouth. Holy shoot. Whatever you believe in, right? You have to believe in a greater purpose. The universe, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever you want to call it, right? And no disrespect to any religion or any belief, right? I believe in Christ. I was raised on la Virgencita María, la Virgen de Guadalupe, Jesus Christ, José Jesús y María, right? But I also now did my own little research, and I found out that the true name of Jesus was actually Yeshua, and that the letter J wasn't actually invented till like the 1800s or 1900s. I think the 1800s. I might be wrong on that as well. So, but the letter J didn't exist since like within the last 100 or 200 years. So the real name, and actually his skin color wasn't even white. That was actually, if you search up Cesar Borgia, I think that was his name, the son of the Pope, they actually depicted his face on Yeshua Christ's face, because they wanted everybody to believe that God was white. But he was actually kind of like my skin. Well, actually I'm a little bit more whitish because my mom is whitish. I think he was actually more brownish than he was whitish, right? But it doesn't matter what nobody's skin color is. We're all humans at the end of the day. We're all the same race, right? So racism and all that stupid stuff, that could all be gone already, right? So remember that. I mean, even then, don't even be racist, right? Because why? Remember that with each and every person that we meet, and I got this from Finito Lopez, and then he got it from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, and then that led me to read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by who was it? David Carnegie? No, not David Carnegie. Oh, it was David Carnegie, right? So rest in peace, David Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a great read. I've read it one time already. I'm probably gonna read it again. And it tells us in that book, it's one of those lines. It says that each person that we meet has a possibility to teach us something that we don't know, and that's everyone. Each person that you meet literally could teach you one thing that you don't know. I could teach somebody else something about, for example, trading, or chess, or boxing. But for me, it's trading. Obviously, that's my mastery currently. Eventually, I will move on to something else and master as many. Obviously, you can only master one thing at once, right? But eventually, once you master one thing, you can move on to the next. But everybody has the ability to teach you something that you have no idea about what it is, or that you no idea that it even existed, right? So stop being racist. Don't be racist. Everybody has a soul at the end of the day, right? And if you don't feel any good connection towards people, just don't talk to them. Stay away from them. It's that simple, right? If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, right? Unless it's your brother, blood brother, or an ally, right? Because an ally, you have to tell them what they need to hear, right? A friend, sometimes they only wanna hear what they wanna hear, right? But an ally, and this is another thing that I got from Tim Grover as well. An ally, you have to tell them what they need to hear, right? When they're fucking up, you gotta tell them they're fucking up. And I want my allies to tell me when I'm fucking up, right? And I'm gonna tell them the truth, even if it hurts. And I want them to tell me the truth, even when it hurts, right? But those are, you can count those allies with less fingers that you have in your hand. Those allies are rare, right? And those allies may not necessarily be your friends. I got a whole freaking off topic right there, but because I'm already home. Peace and love to anybody watching this. I command you health, wealth, knowledge for you and your entire family. Peace and love. Back to work. Yo, so I was rewatching the video real quick, and I forgot to add this very important thing: the mindset. Let me take off my hat because I was doing the drive talk without my hat, right? When you don't feel like doing anything, I don't know if I'm gonna post this. I'm sure I'm gonna post this right after so there's gonna be an edit. There's gonna be one edit. It's gonna be this video next to that one, right? I'm already home. I'm already about to get home. Literally a couple minutes away, 2 or 3 minutes away. When you don't feel like doing something, it's because you're operating. And I think I did go over it a little bit, but I didn't fully grasp to it, right? When you don't want to do something, it's because you're operating in the negative mindset, right? You don't want to do it. You're in a negative mindset. You have to switch from negative to positive. You have to switch from the I have to do this mentality to the I get to do this mentality, because you truly get to do it. Remember, I did go over that I get to do it, but I didn't go over the turning the. Well, actually, I did go over the turning the wheel as well, the turning the gears. But I just wanted to tap in on it a little bit more, right? You have to switch your operating mindset from negative into positive, right? So you don't have to do it. You get to do it. You don't have to wash the dishes. You get to wash the dishes. Imagine you didn't have a home to get to wash dishes from, right? There's people who literally lost their home in the fires earlier last year, right? In the fires in LA, right? So if you have to wash dishes, you don't have to wash dishes. You get to wash them. You get to wash them. And that you could apply that to anything, right? And obviously, that goes again. You have to switch your mind you have to switch your operational mind from a negative to a positive. And how do you do that? One of the easiest, I think I did go over that as well. How do you do that? One of the easiest ways to do that is obviously either through getting in a workout, after reading a good book, after doing something that you know you love to do, whether it's painting, whether it's art. I did go over all of that as well, but I just wanted to tap into it a little bit more. I wanted to add it. I wanted to make sure that I fully grasped it, right? And the operational mindset, right? Going from negative to positive. And how do you do that? Doing something positive for yourself, something that you know you're supposed to do. Clean your room if you have a dirty room. Clean your bathroom if you have a dirty bathroom, right? Wash your clothes if you need clothes that need to be washed, right? Go for a workout, go for a jog, go for a run, go hit the bag. Switch, whatever you need to do. Read a positive, valuable book. Do whatever you need to do to switch from that negative, I have to do this, to that positive operational mindset that I get to do this, right? That was it. I just needed to add that little nugget in there. Peace and love.